Welcome to Elliott's PT podcast. I'm here to help you find your balance and live your best life guilt-free. I don't believe there is a one-size-fits-all approach for health and fitness. We're all different and we need to find out what works for us. I'm passionate about helping people make realistic, long-term lifestyle changes that they will stick to and they will take with them forever. I don't believe in crazy diets or short-term fixes. We all need to live and find a perfect balance in diet and exercise that suits our individual needs. I want to help you find your exercise mojo, feel great and achieve wonderful things. Here is Elliott's PT podcast by Renae Elliott. Hello, and welcome back to Elliott's PT podcast. Today, I want to talk about lifting weights and why it is so important for females, especially, to be lifting weights. So anyone that is, if you have never heard this before, over the age of 30, if you are not actively working on your muscles actually start, you actually start to lose muscles. So it is really, really important for people of any age to be, especially over 30, to be lifting weights. Now, I found lots of women that I've been speaking to recently that are in their 40s or 50s or 60s. They may have never even lifted weights before. And they don't want to because they're too scared to do it. They don't know how. And I really, really want to get out there how important it is to make sure that we are lifting weights, that it is really safe for you and it is so beneficial for you. As you all know, my main goal in life is to live as active and healthy life as I can possible. And by lifting weights, it is really, really helping me do that. And so I want to share some reasons why you should lift weights and, and tell you, don't be so scared of them. Get out and do it today and start doing something that your body will really, really thank you for. A lot of women, they tend to spend a lot of time doing cardiovascular exercise, but no matter what your fitness goal is, strength training is a really, really important aspect. So maintaining your muscle mass is the best way to keep your body fat in a healthy range and to improve your overall fitness, particularly as we age. Now, aging females are at more of risk of osteoporosis and following, especially after menopause, because after menopause, we have a decrease in our estrogen, and this doesn't provide the protection for our bones that it did before. So when you increase your muscle mass through lifting weights or resistance training, it's going to support your bone health, making bones more stronger and more resistant to injury. So this is really, really a really, really important factor as to why I would really start to lift weights or think about lifting weights. I think the biggest thing that I hear from people is that they're too scared to start lifting weights because they feel like they'll become muscular and bulky. And this is really, really not the case, that it's not really going to happen to you because we don't have the hormones that, say, men do, where they're going to put on a lot of muscle a lot quickly. The hormones that men have is why they will. So unless we're taking testosterone, you're not going to become big and bulky, which I think is the biggest misconception that I hear about people saying why they don't want to lift weights. Lots of people come to me and say they want to look toned, and I hate that word because what is toned? But anyway, so they say lots of people have that kind of goal of having that toned look. Now, if you want to look toned, you're not going to be getting that toned look by running or by just doing cardio exercises. To get that toned, to have that nice definition in your arms and your shoulders, it is all will be done through weight training. It's also really, really important to know that there is a connection between lifting weights and preventing dementia, which I think this is amazing. So the more that you can realize the benefits of lifting weights or why it's really important to us, or, if you have knowledge, this is my belief, if you have knowledge that you have dementia runs in your family. So for me, my parents don't have it yet at that age, but my grandparents, or from that had it was on both sides. So there is a chance that genetically that dementia is something on the cards for me. So if I know something like this, I want to do as much things as I can do to prevent any of these diseases happening. And I feel like if I do get it, and if I'm strong in lots of ways, then I can reduce the severity of the diseases or anything else. So there was a recent research in Brazil, and it determined that exercise in general, it releases a hormone called irisin, and it's able to help improve the neural growth in the areas of the brain responsible for learning and memory. And the Alzheimer's Association has also named exercise as one of the top habits that you can take on to reduce the risk of dementia. It's not really clear why some women develop the disease, like Alzheimer's, but one of the current theories is it associates it with the faulty brain signaling. So when you're exercising, doing strength training, it will help improve defective functioning. And weightlifting for women stimulates rebuilding in the brain. Movement like weightlifting also increases the blood flow to the brain, which increases your oxygen levels. And your brain has this amazing capacity to adjust in response to the environment and your personal health needs. So your personal health needs. So lifting will intensify this process. So, it's just one thing. Another really reason why strength training is really important to me. It is something I don't miss out on. I really like feeling strong. But it fits in the parameters. I fit it in the parameters of what works for me. Lots of women come into the studio and they feel really nervous about lifting weights because they might see different pictures or images of different type of women that are lifting really, really big, heavy weights. But, the thing to remember is they didn't start, lifting heavy. You can build up to that. But, you can, when you start in a class, you will start at the level that you're at, and we work up from there. So a reason to prioritize strength training or weightlifting would be because it improves your strength. So increasing your strength is massive benefit to our body overall. But when you're stronger and fitter, your daily tasks and routine, and the routine that you have, your routine exercises that we have to do every day, getting up, walking upstairs, sitting down, all of those things, they are, it'll be less fatiguing and much less likely to cause injury. And, again, this is my big thing. It's all about staying fit and active for life. Research has shown that people who lift weights have a lower body fat. And, there is research that shows that the average woman who strength trains 2 to 3 times a week will have more muscle and less body fat than somebody who doesn't. And, as your lean muscle increases, so does your resting metabolism. So it allows you to burn more calories throughout the day. So, that's really, really important. And as I said before, women do not develop big muscles from strength training. The strength training is going to give you that beautiful, lean, look, that toned, I guess, look that most people are looking for. And when you compare it to men, because women have significantly less of the hormones that cause muscle growth, so weight training will not make you bulky. So please get that myth out of the way. It will not make you bulky, so do not worry about that. If you're weight training, it is going to increase your athletic performance. So it means that you're going to be able to perform better in any exercises or activities that you're doing. So, golfers, they can significantly increase their driving power by doing strength training. Cyclists are going to be able to ride for longer because they have, they can strengthen the muscles that they need to ride. Skiers are going to have an increase in their technique because they've strength trained and they've developed the muscles in the right area. And this is really important I know most people are not, like I'm not an athlete. That stuff doesn't interest me as much. But if you have daily activities like your work, or like if you have a physical job, or you have another misconception, I guess, is that people think, well, I have a physical job, so don't really need to strength train. Well, you do actually, because it will make you stronger in the field of work that you're doing. It'll help you not injure yourself, and you also might be just strong in one aspect, because if you're doing it for a job, that the activity that you're doing for work is going to be repetitive, but then you might not lift certain things. We was talking to someone the other day, and I was talking about the importance of strengthening your shoulders. So strengthening your shoulders, just for aging. This is, and it's things that people don't think about, is reaching up and getting something from the top cupboard. Now, if you have no strength in your shoulders, you're not going to be able to lift your arm up above your head. So it's that's why you want strength in your shoulders, because you want to be able to lift up and grab that jar from the fridge. You want to be able to open a jar. I know that's something that my gran struggles with, because she can't open jars, she can't open things because she has no strength in her arms. And again, as you get older, if you're not actively working on it, your muscle just wear away. Another really, really important reason to make sure you are doing weights, you're doing some form of strength training, is because it will cause, you'll have less back pain, less injury, and less, risk of arthritis or arthritic pain. So, strength training, it not only builds stronger muscles, but it also strengthens the connective tissues and increases your joint stability. So this acts as a reinforcement to your joints and helps prevent injuries. Now, the biggest thing, and we do this in our Move Fit classes, is we work on strengthening your joints and being able to do things, having more mobility, and things like doing things on one leg, and then trying to do it with your eyes closed. All of those things are going to help for falls and those types of things when you get older. We then also work on strengthening your back, because lots of people have, tend to have back pains. You're lifting up shopping bags, and you might be maybe lifting up kids, or you might be doing things, so your front of your body might be stronger than the back of your body, but not in everyday life do many people work their back. So strengthening your back and your back muscles is really, really important. In weight training, when you're strengthening your back muscles, that it's going to really help in preventing that, that hunched look that a lot of people fear, or women fear, especially as they get older, having that, that kind of hunchback. So when you have this reduced muscle mass, it tends to pull your shoulders forward, and you get that rounded back, that hunchback kind of look that lots of people don't like. So if you strengthen strengthen your shoulders, strengthen your back, you're going to be able to have better posture, sit up nice and straighter, and so not having that hunch look. And obviously there is the cosmetic side of it, but there are so many other benefits to being to having good posture and sitting up nice and straight. And so when if you do have bad posture as you age, it can limit the range of motion in your shoulders, and it can cause lower back pain and making you stiff and inflexible. And when you do start lifting weights, it challenges the muscles and it gives you a stronger core. So that builds your strength in the chest, shoulders, and your spinal column. And so it's more likely to make you less hunched. It will open up your chest, improve your alignment, so you're going to have fewer aches. And, really, it's a no-brainer. So please don't be scared of lifting weights. Be scared of doing nothing and becoming like that, because the biggest thing that I have is this stuff can be prevented. It can be prevented. We also want to, when you are lifting weights and doing it, you want to strengthen your glute muscles, your gluteal muscles, so they are your butt. Now, if you think about it, they are the biggest muscle of your body, and they're in the center of your body. And when we have strong, everything kind of stems from the glutes, but they are also a really, really lazy muscle. So the first opportunity they have to switch off, they do. And it is one of the first things that I do with people when I get them in here, is I remind them how to strengthen their glutes. And I check the glutes to see if they're working or not, because a lot of people, they don't work. And so when you strengthen your gluteal muscles, it can help eliminating or alleviating lower back and knee pain. And weight training again strengthens the joints and can ease the pain of osteoarthritis. So that's a really, really big one. Lifting weights has also been shown to lower the risk of certain diseases. So weight training can improve your cardiovascular health in several ways, including lowering the LDL, to the bad cholesterol, and increasing your HDL, your good cholesterol. It is also known for lowering your blood pressure. So, and if you add in some cardiovascular exercise on top of your weight training, it really helps to maximize these benefits. Now, again, you've got this knowledge, and this is stuff that you can do something about. You can do something about it, and you can really make a big difference in the quality of your life. Don't accept that you're hitting menopause and you can't do any of these things now. Don't accept that you are, well, I'm too old to do this. You're never too old. So in my class, I've got people in the classes that I run. The person that is probably one of the fittest people in our class is 73 or 74 years old. And she can run rings around most of the younger people. So age is just a number. Age is nothing, and it does not have to stop you. So, and there's lots of people that didn't start weight training until they're older, and it's made dramatic changes in their body. So, don't accept the society norms of that. Well, I'm this age, this is how it has to be. It doesn't have to be that way. You can make big, big changes to your life. So weight training can also increase spinal bone mineral density and enhance your bone modeling. So this, paired with adequate amounts of dietary calcium, can be the best defense against osteoporosis. Now, this is big. Again, this is something like, if you already have the knowledge that you may have. I know some people have got warnings that they have. They're at the start of osteoporosis. Yes, you need your calcium and those things, but on top of it, you can sort it out with your food, but on top of it, strength training is so important, because we want the muscle to be there to support the bone. And most women are really, really low on their muscle mass because they don't strength train. And women tend to be at a higher risk than men for osteoporosis. Also, weight training may improve the way that your body processes sugar, which can help reduce the risk of diabetes. So again, it's a win-win for everyone. When we weight train, it has been proved that we are in a better mood and increase our confidence. So strength training and exercise in general has been shown to decrease depression, because the act of exercise produces improving neurotransmitters such as endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin. And women who strength train report feeling more confident and capable as a result of their program. And this is a really, really important factor in fighting things such as depression. I have women that come in here, and they can already feel better after just 1 or 2 sessions. They can handle their kids better. They can get through the day, handle everything else a lot better, because they've done something for themselves and they've got that good endorphin rush from some exercise. The good thing also about is when you are weight training, especially compared to cardio exercise, is your body will continue to burn up all day. So you do a cardio activity and let's say we run, and we'll burn a high amount of calories during that time that you're running, but when you stop running, that all stops. But if you are you're building weights, so when we build weights, the muscles actually have to tear, and then they repair, and when they repair leaner and stronger. So that happens in a process throughout the day. So your muscles will continue to burn. As I said, the more muscle you have, you'll be then able to eat more food, which I think is great. So it's so important. And as I've said, that it's so important for women, because we are naturally losing muscle mass, and it's the best way to save the muscles that we have. And you've got to make sure that you're lifting a weight that challenges you. How often should you be weight training? Well, it really does depend on what you've done before, but it is recommended. So the Australian guidelines recommend at least 2 times per week. And you want to make sure when you're doing those sessions, it's working every muscle group. There is also additional benefits to add in additional training days, but I would do as twice per week as a minimum. And it's also important. So training is important and weight training is important, but it's also, the magic is in your recovery. So it's important to factor in time to recover, to let your muscles recover and repair. And the guidelines also advise adding in 150 minutes of moderate cardiovascular exercise and 75 minutes of a more vigorous exercise, or a combination of the two, in your week. So, it could be adding in walking. It can be something that's a little bit more vigorous. So there's different classes that we offer. We offer a great combo. There is strength classes, there is HIIT classes, ones that are going to get that heart rate up that little bit more. There is, like your step classes, but then also we have your mobility and your stretching and your core. So you want to kind of do a combination of the two, so you're getting a good mix. So if you're thinking, okay, that's the other thing is, I don't know if it's just me, but you've heard this stuff, you may have heard this stuff before, and the thing is, you've heard it before, the research, just do it. It is so important, and you'll never wish you didn't do it. If you start training with somebody that, with me and my classes and the things that I do, I'm not going to come in and it's not my job to, it is not my job to make you vomit during class. It's my job to keep you active and to give you this good quality of life and to show you how it's all possible for you in the guidelines that work for you. So if you can't come, if you don't live anywhere near me, but find somebody that fits within those guidelines, especially that it suits you. You don't have to come to a class and vomit or really push yourself to the extreme to get a result. It's not the way at all. You need to work smartly with somebody that knows what they're doing, so then you can you make sure you're getting the most out of your workout for the time that you're there. But it's important, and for me it's so important just to come and start moving. And I get people that come and they start the classes and they go, I didn't have to look at my watch once for the time. The time went really quick. Oh, that was actually fun. Because exercise doesn't have to be boring. Weight training doesn't have to be boring. You can make it fun and get a really, really good result. So again, where do we get started? So it depends on your experience and your fitness level, but if you've never started, never done any of this before, I would really, really recommend seeking out a professional, a personal trainer, or somebody that knows what they're doing, and somebody that can watch your form. I went and trained my friend there. I was training a friend the other day, and she had a visitor from overseas, and it was lovely. So she trained with her at the same time, and we were training, and she was telling me how she just does videos off YouTube and all that, which there is nothing wrong with that, but her form was off in a lot of things. And I just feel like you want to make sure you have those things right first. Her form was off in a lot of things. And I feel like sometimes if you don't have experience with a trainer, you want to get those things right first, so your form is spot on, and then you can train at home on your own. If you don't, and there's so many little tips and little tricks that you can learn that will make that really maximize the time that you're working, because you don't have to work out for hours. For me, half an hour is really the time that I have. So I have to, do half an hour, and I can't really fit in, depending on my day, much longer than that. So, you want to get the most out of that time that you're working. So yeah, I would really, really encourage you to seek out somebody that's going to really check your form and make sure, there's also, you can work different muscle groups and you can work them in a certain way. I've also had someone saying that she does my classes, but she also goes to a group on the beach, and she said she, she can see a dramatic difference in the workouts that she does with me compared to the workouts that she does with her friends on the beach, because I challenge her more because I know how to. Because I know how to, and I'm qualified in it, and I have spent years doing this. So it's really important to find someone that knows what they're doing. When you if you've never done this before, or you build the skills up, then you can have a regular like weight training routine. You can use body weight exercises, lifting weights, and you could do a combination of the two. And you again, once you've got skills, you can do that at home. You can go to the gym on your own, but it just depends on your personality, how disciplined you are. If you are someone that's, like, I'll get people in the class that will come and they'll lift a weight, and I'll be like, I know you can lift a lot heavier than that. And they can, and they challenge themselves, and then they realize like, oh, I can do this, and they're going to get a better result because I've pushed them that little bit further. And if you don't want to go to a gym at all, you can still get in a great workout at home. So again, I would seek some advice on how you can work out at home, but you can do lots of stuff in the comfort of your own home. There's also different apps. I have an app, but other people have lots of apps that you may use that you could follow at home if you are not comfortable going to the gym. So just whatever works for you and within your lifestyle, but do something. Make sure that you do something and you prioritize weight training. It is just so important for our life, for quality of life, for aging, and all of these things. And these are the things that can be prevented. You are in control of this. So, weight training is something that you can do. You can fit it in, and I would prioritize that over, doing lots of cardio activity. So as the guidelines say, at least minimum of twice a week. And you will notice a massive difference in how you feel, in the results that you're getting. I know lots of people their bodies have been totally transformed once they started lifting weights. And, I'm sure you've heard all this stuff before, and you might think, oh, well, that wouldn't happen to me. Or we know it back down, but we're just too scared to start. But just start, let alone think about all the benefits of weight training. Obviously there's, I'll go over them. It's been, research has shown that it can prevent the dementia. We also reducing the risk of that hunchback that women get when their shoulders hunch forward, and they tend to get that hunchback because they have no strength in their backs. It also helps improving your strength, lowering your body fat, increase your athletic performance, reduces risks of injury, reduces back pain and arthritis, lower the risks of certain diseases. Weightlifting increases your mood, your confidence. It's just massive. So please don't. And if you are young, get in the habit. If you're younger, if you're in your, like I know some young people, and they just don't see the importance in it. They think they're invincible, but the younger that you start, the better. And please know, whatever age you are, it is all possible. It is all possible. So do not think you're too old and that it's too late. It's never too late. I've trained 80-year-old women, and I even got my grand's 87, and I even got her lifting some weights. So it's all possible, and she felt better for it too. So it's all possible. Now, if you know somebody that you think this would help, please share it with them, because the more people that we can get out there realizing the benefits of weightlifting, they can get themselves started and feeling better and have that better quality of life. And if you like this, please make sure that you do leave a review, or let me know your thoughts. If you haven't weightlifted and you're going to start trying, I would love to know. Okay, I'm going to speak to you all soon. Bye. Thanks for listening to the Elliott's PT podcast. I hope you have been able to find this information of use to you. If you know someone who might enjoy this podcast, please share it with them. and ensure that you subscribe so you can be the first to know when new podcasts are released. If you have the time to leave a 5-star review, that would be amazing, and it would be greatly appreciated. If you do so, please screenshot and share onto any of our socials and tag us. Then email the screenshot to hello@elliotspt.com and we will send you a free gift to your inbox. Thanks so much. Have an amazing day. Speak soon.